What's going on, guys? Liver Good Zombies here, back with another Pokemon Go video. And in today's video, guys, we are talking about the new Shadow Shiny Pokemon from Team Go Rocket Leaders, because do remember, on October 8th, as soon as it hits midnight, a Team Go Rocket Takeover is taking place. So yeah, from October 8th at midnight local time until Friday, October 11th at 8 p.m. local time, a Team Go Rocket Takeover is taking place. So again, we have new Shadow Shiny Pokemon from Team Go Rocket Leaders. We have new Shadow Pokemon with Team Go Rocket Grunts. Grunts are spawning more often at Pokestops and in balloons. And you can also TM away frustration on your Shadow Pokemon, which is always a very good bonus. And Shadow Heatran is with Giovanni too, the first time we can ever catch a Shadow Heatran. So when I tell you guys that this is one of the best Team Go Rocket Leader lineups we've had in a while, I am not kidding. Especially for you, boy, they did choose some very good Pokemon for the Team Go Rocket Leaders. But let's talk about one of the Pokemon that is a returning Team Rocket Pokemon, and that is Shadow Shiny Beldum, guys. Beldum is back in the Team Go Rocket Leader lineups. I know a lot of people have been asking for Beldum again. A lot of people do love that shady Beldum. They want to get that shady Metagross. So yeah, Beldum is back, and he's back with Arlo. So yeah, Arlo does have Beldum right now until another Team Go Rocket Takeover takes place, which will be probably in a few months. So we can talk about what counters to use up against that Beldum. You guys have a few options like Mega Charizard Y. You can use that for sure. Like Mega Gengar, Mega Blaziken. Just to remember, just use like Ghost types, Dark types, or Fire types. Any good Pokemon that have those typings will be super effective up against that Beldum. And these are his other Pokemon. I'm assuming they're staying the same as last time, where his second Pokemon could be the Shadow Gyarados or the Crobat or the Steelix. His third Pokemon could be the Snorlax, Gardevoir, or the Scizor. Most of the time for me, he has the Crobat and the Scizor. So I like to use Mamoswine up against that Crobat. You could also do that if it has the Gyarados or the Steelix too. And then for the Scizor, just use any good fire type Pokemon. For me, I just use a Reshiram up against that Scizor. Sometimes you might have that Snorlax, which if that's the case, I'll use a good fighting type like Machamp or Lucario. Now let's talk about Sierra, because this one is weird, because I legit had a dream that this Pokemon would be with the Team Go Rocket Leaders starting with this event. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, Shadow Ralts is now with Sierra. So now we are able to get a Shadow Shiny Ralts finally here in Pokemon Go. So yeah, that is going to be with Sierra. So counters to use up against Sierra: when she does have that Ralts, you can use Ghost type Pokemon, Steel type Pokemon. So you could use like a Metagross with a Steel type moveset. Ghost type Pokemon like Mega Banette, Mega Gengar, Shadow Chandelure is going to work as well. Many options to use up against that Ralts. Do remember, these are her second Pokemon and third Pokemon slots. As long as it didn't change from the last rotation, she can have that Sableye, Ampharos, or the Milotic. Most of the time for me, she does have the Milotic. So if that's the case, I would use like an electric type Pokemon like Raikou or something, because sometimes I think the Milotic does have a fast ice type move. So you may not want to use grass type Pokemon. So yeah, use like a good electric type Pokemon against that Milotic. Or sometimes she does have that Ampharos. If that's the case, I'll use a ground type Pokemon like Groudon. And then for her third Pokemon, most of the time for me, it's always that Houndoom. If that's the case, I'm going to use a good water type attacker like Kyogre. Kyogre easily takes down Houndoom. Or with that Shadow Alakazam, use a good ghost type or dark type Pokemon. Mega Gengar, Darkrai, Mega Banette, any of those will work against that Alakazam too. And then for Cliffy Boy, guys, who does Cliff have this time in the rotation? It is none other than, yeah, Galarian Zigzagoon, guys. My favorite shiny ever is now with Cliff. So you know what I'm going after. I got to get myself a Shadow Shiny Galarian. That is a must-have for sure. So yeah, starting today, I will be grinding Cliff battles like no other. I can't freaking wait to hopefully get a shady Galarian. That is going to be so fun. So yeah, of course, with Galarian being a dark type and a normal type Pokemon, you want to use fighting type Pokemon against it. Machamp, Lucario, Mega Lucario, whatever. That is going to be very super effective up against that Galarian. And again, for his second second and third Pokemon slots as long as it didn't change this rotation. Second Pokemon slot can be Kingdra, Marowak, or the Aerodactyl. I think most of the time for me, it's either that Marowak or Aerodactyl is what he has. So again, for both of those, you could use Ice-type Pokemon, Mamoswine for sure, very good Ice-type Pokemon, or you could use another good Water-type attacker like the Kyogre. Those two Pokemon will be super effective against those two. And then for his third Pokemon slot, he has that Tyranitar, Credeli, or Dragonite. Most of the time, it is going to be that Tyranitar, but sometimes he does have that Credeli too. But for Tyranitar, again, fighting-type Pokemon, Machamp, Lucario, Mega Lucario, whatever. And then for that Credeli, you could still use fighting-type Pokemon against Credeli, like I said, the Machamp or that Lucario. So yeah, guys, here is a good infographic to use for these Team Go Rocket leaders and for Giovanni, made by G47 on Twitter. So yeah, this infographic is very, very good. Shows the hundo CP values for the Heatran and for the Team Go Rocket leader Pokemon, like the Beldum, the Ralts, and that Galar Ziggy. So yeah, guys, out of the 3 new Shadow Pokemon from the Team Go Rocket leaders, which one are you going for the most? Is it Beldum? Is it Ralts? Or is it the Galar Ziggy? You already know my answer, so comment below your answer, guys. Which one do you want the most from this Team Go Rocket leader rotation? Do remember, if you guys don't have an existing Super Rocket radar for that Shadow Heatran, there is going to be a new special research in this event that will give you a new Super Rocket radar. But do remember, you will not get that research until 10 a.m. local time on Tuesday, October 8th. That new research should give you that Super Rocket radar for Giovanni. You guys can use it, you can save it if you want to, but do remember, Shadow Heatran should be pretty dang good, because right now just Heatran alone is a pretty good fire type attacker in the game. Very good for raids and also very good in the Master League. So yeah, also comment below if you guys will be catching Shadow Heatran from Giovanni. I caught mine this morning. The IV was a 2-star, could have been better, but it was a 15 attack stat, so I guess I'll take that. So yeah, guys, comment that below. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.